Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video I am addressing a question that I got that is a really valid one, because progressing from your straight handstand to your tuck and then to a pike, like that is actually quite a big step, because there is a common thing that happens when you go into a tuck and then into your pike. And I'm going to leave this here for a minute, just the video of it, and see if you can guess. Just like have a look at it, see what happens when you like shift your center of weight and where most of your weight is sitting when you bring your legs down in either of these shapes. Also, I just have paint on my hands from doing some crafts. Just if you're wondering and you're like, what the heck is on your fingers, Ellen? Okay, so the common thing is, because we are shifting and moving our legs down, we're moving our center weight, which then is changing our center of balance. Now, there's a couple of ways you can counteract this, but the most common way to do this is, in these videos, you can see that my shoulders have moved forward. Now, when we move our shoulders forward in our handstands, it can hinder or it can help us. Now, some occasions where it can help us is this tuck and this pike handstand shape. You can also see it when people are doing press to handstands as well. With certain drills, it's important that you shift your shoulders forward. But in this video specifically, I do want to address looking at getting and progressing from your straight handstand to your pike, and potentially your tuck, maybe in like assisted shape, so like against the wall and on a box, which is a great way to start working towards doing them without assistance. So you might be wondering, this looks like a really weird, uncomfortable position to put my shoulders in. Don't worry, I've got some drills so that you can practice doing this, because it can get a little while to get used to. So first off, we can start off with some really easy stuff. So you might have heard me talk about these drills a bunch, but plank run ins and outs, these are really good for practicing shifting that weight forward and over your shoulders while still keeping that weight relatively even in your hands, because we don't want to shift it so far forward that our weight comes off the base of our palm. We still want to have like contact there with the ground. The next drill that you can then work on is practicing your tuck and your pike on a box. Now, a key important thing with this drill is that you want to make sure that you don't have too much weight on your legs, on your feet that are on the box, because it defeats what we want to be using these drills for, which is the purpose of like working on that little bit of a forward lean with our shoulders. Now, it's also pretty important to note that the shoulder lean is not huge. Like, I can still hold my handstand here. So we want to really make sure that we've got most of our weight in our hands and that we are really only using that box as really light assistance. We can also make this drill harder as well by doing it against a wall, so that you're more like leaning against something rather than like pushing down with your legs, as this will change how the weight like falls onto the wall. And so you can really try and like bring your weight off and do almost like a little flutter kick in your tuck position or in your pike position. Now, something else that is important to note is, in this shape as well, I don't let my bum stick out a huge amount. My butt does naturally sit not in alignment with me because the center of weight has changed. It is important to note that if I ever like go into that shape or come out of it, I make sure that I fix my bum so that it's not staying with my bum poked out a bit, so that I don't stay with my butt sticking out. And reiterating, as I said before, it's not a huge amount. It's just a little bit just to help counterbalance, especially when you're in the pike position, because you have so much more weight like out with your feet that it doesn't like pull your body back down to the ground. You really want to try and counterbalance, which is why that bum pokes out a bit to stay up in your inversion handstand shape. Okay, another great drill for practicing this stuff is your handstand like negative presses. So your tuck press, working on that negative, and also the pike negative. This will help you to feel how much your shoulders go forward, especially if you're moving into the position and coming back down. And I'll show you how to do that in the tuck and the pike position. Now, my two final drills are really important ones, so don't skip these, because these ones are going to help to train you to move your shoulders forward, and then most importantly, bring them back in alignment, because that's the crucial part. We don't want to keep our shoulders forward if we're going to be moving into our straight handstand or like different shapes with our legs. First, we can do this a little bit lower, not in our full handstand shape, and we can do the fit ball roll-ups. So with these, you can see that you can either have your feet just on the ball and make it really hard, or you can have your like knees on the ball to make it easier. Now you'll see when I do this one, I shift my weight forward before I even start this drill. So I shift my weight forwards, and then I curl up through my back to bring my bum over on top of myself. And when I reach that top point, I make sure that I bring my shoulders back underneath myself. Super important, that part. Really try and do this one. Film it or do it in front of a mirror to see what's happening. And then same thing on the way back down. As you're pushing back out into your plank, you're going to have to shift your shoulders forward to counteract that center of weight. Okay, the final drill, which kind of is the same, working on the same concept, shifting our shoulders forward and moving them back under, is wall slideaways. Now these are a bit of a tricky drill, but they are great if you are up to this stage in your handstand practice. For these ones, you are going to make sure that you are like a hand width away from the wall, and you are going to have your legs straight against the wall. And what you want to think about doing is you want to shift those shoulders forwards, and then you want to think about pulling those legs away from the wall, and as they come off, you want to think about bringing your shoulders back underneath yourself. Remember, it's a super small movement. It is not a big one. This one, also a great one to film and watch back to have a look at what your body is doing in this drill. Hopefully I answered your question well. Also, if this helped anyone else out there with their handstand practice and progressing in this regard, please leave this video a like, because it shows me that you enjoy these kind of videos, and leave me a comment saying if it was helpful or what kind of videos or help you want with your handstands. I love trying to help you guys try and progress and get better, stronger handstands. On that topic, I created a handstand course, so if you are maybe more of a beginner and you want just a course that tells you what to do, the drills, how to prep your body, how to get more flexible for handstands, if you're struggling with like banana back and your alignment, this course covers all of that. Like, it's such a nicely neat package full of everything. It's got like customizable like training programs for you so that you can adjust it to your life. I'll leave that link down in the description box below so you can read more all about that and even sign up if you want to join that. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Bye. Now I remembered what I was doing.